Hey everybody, Cookies here. I just got done killing Mythic Rastakhan last night, and I just wanted to kind of review my VOD and kind of look at some things or errors that I made, and I figured I might as well just do it on a video and maybe post it and see if people like seeing kind of the insight as I kind of explain my healing process in this fight and kind of things, tips and tricks essentially to look out for if you plan to do this fight. And this can essentially apply to Heroic too, but this is mostly going to be covering a lot of mythic things. But yeah, we'll just get into it and I'll kind of explain it as we go. I'm not going to explain too much about our like strats or anything, so if you don't know completely what's happening in the fight, that's okay. We're just going to mostly analyze kind of from a healing perspective. So the first thing to watch out for in this phase is something called Grievous Axe, and what it'll do, it'll apply to about 3 or 4 random players, and they just get like a chunk of HP that goes missing, and you just have to heal them up to full health as quickly as possible. Usually with the coverage of healers you have, it's not too difficult. And other than that, you can see me kind of burning through my mana right now. It's because I'm going to save a lot of it in a moment. And we just want to get early use of the Innervate, which I have right here ticking in the middle. But this phase is really just all about keeping the tanks just sustained and trying to make sure that you have about 90% mana going into this second phase when all 3 of these ads die. This fight is all about just saving your mana until you get to like pretty much the later half of the encounter. And here's where we're switching over to phase 2. This is still going to be again another kind of sustained mana phase. You want to just keep your mana as high as possible going into the third phase. And in this phase, it's going to be mostly just covering the Scorching Detonations with our healing cooldowns. So if you look over here where we have this big list of stuff, I am the 3rd, 7th. That's going to be my coverage, so this one I'm supposed to cover. But you can see as the raid doesn't take too much damage, so instead I just am going to be healing people normally and top everybody off. And then I'm just going to hold on to Revival and help with the 4th one. And what that'll let me do is still apply my Revival on the 7th one because of Azurite traits I have. So just because it would have done a bunch of overhealing if I would have used Revival right there on the 3rd one. So now what we're doing is kind of just waiting out this phase, keeping the tanks alive. You can see here that this Demon Hunter tank, our Demon Hunter tank right here is going to die. That's on purpose. And then I run in to make sure I'm in range of healing of him. He's all the way back over in this direction. And I just make sure that I top him off quickly, and then I get back outside of this circle so I'm dealing ticking damage. My job is just basically to keep that tank alive that's sitting in there. So yeah, again, we're just saving mana. You can see right here that this is like our healer's mana. I just up. That's our healer's mana down there. Generally going into the 3rd phase, so when the boss hits 60% health, ideally you'd want every single healer to be at least above like 70% mana. So if you have something like this to track other people's mana, it's really useful, because if you see that either they have more, say for instance the Shaman, or maybe the Druid has a lot less than everybody else, you can help either pick up or slow down and let them pick up the pace depending on their mana pool, so you can kind of all stay even. I'm going into this phase with about 60% mana. It would have been more ideal to go in with a little bit more, but I do have an Innervate going into it, so that's always nice because that'll get me back up to about 70 by the time I need it. So this is the 3rd phase. This is where things really kind of kick into high gear. We CC 2 of these ads over here on the left, and just deal with 1 to start with, since we only have half of our raid. And this is all melee DPS and then healers. So what you want to do is stay distant from the group, and the boss is going to do a Scorching Detonation here in a moment, which is going to hit like a truck. And then he is also going to do a Plague of Fire, which he's going to use on the entire group. And that's where we want to be spread out. So we spread out, and then we top everybody off, and then we have the 7th Scorching Detonation that's going to be coming in pretty shortly, and that's the one that I'm going to be covering with Revival. And the main thing with this phase is just you want to burn through a decent portion of your mana, or this is why you wanted to save your mana, because you're going to have to be doing a lot of healing. Here I'm just making sure there's 2 to 3 people with Renewing Mist on them at all times, and then I'm kind of just pumping Vivifies into people. And then there goes my Revival to top off the group, where the ads break, and we pop Lust, and then we'll have our bottom portion of the raid return to us right now. And then this is pretty much just kill the ads as fast as possible, keep everybody alive, so I'm kind of just burning through the rest of my mana. I still have a potion to use, so I'm not too worried about going or anything, and I get another Innervate because we have 3 Druids, so I usually just get 1 or 2 of the Innervates since I can best utilize them on a monk. And here we are just going like absolutely crazy. I pop Mana Tea, and I'm just spamming Vivifies into the raid, just keeping as many people topped off as I possibly can, because that's all that's important, is trying to keep everybody alive until those 3 ads die. And then as soon as those ads die, I mean, it's pretty much, you're pretty much done. You kill the boss. So this is the last phase. It definitely still gets pretty hectic. I'm pretty sure we have, we'll see when it gets there, but I'm pretty sure we have 2 healers, 2 or 3 healers die, and that's where it gets a little stressful, and I have to kind of pick up the pace. There's Scorching Detonation. Just every time Scorching Detonation comes out, I'm making sure that I have 2 to 3 Renewing Mist on the raid, and then I'm just pressing a few Vivifies each time, kind of help top people off. Here's where I use my Mana Potion. I'm gonna get hit by this ball, which was just bad to not see it, but it doesn't do too much damage, so it's fine. And then we make sure we avoid the frogs. There's people outside, so I'll close my window really quick. So there you see our 2 healers go down, and this is where things get a little bit close call, because the raid is not topped off right now, and he has a Scorching Detonation coming up in 5 seconds. And so I use Essence Font as we're getting kind of pulled into him to help top off the group. And luckily we do manage. Here we get another Innervate. Basically just a godsend fight. Top everybody off. Make sure that the tank's going to survive that hit. And spam and Vivifies again. And usually with my Thunder Focus Teas here, I'm just using Vivify as well, just to sustain my mana as much as possible, since a majority of the healers are starting to run really low, and we're down 2 healers this entire time, so I just want to make sure that not all of us are out of mana. Pretty much it. This is where we're kind of securing the kill, so I'm just using my Essence Font just to use it, because we have this Scorching Detonation coming out. I want to kind of keep everybody healthy. The kill. So, yeah, that was Mythic Rastakhan, and I guess I would be more than happy to start doing more videos like this, just kind of analyzing the mythic kills that I do. So if you guys would like to, I stream on pretty much every day of the week around 4:30 p.m. PST, and that's when I'm usually raiding, is Tuesdays through Thursdays. You guys can come check out the Mythic Raid, and if you liked this kind of video or would like to see more of it, give me feedback. If you would like it more detailed, this was kind of just off the cuff, just randomly starting the video and talking my ass off until the video is done. So if you would like a little more organized, or if you just like this kind of just quick, easy talk, then let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to probably start making more videos now, and I'm going to be streaming a bunch on Twitch, so come check that out if you have any questions or anything. And thanks for watching.